Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A dramatic turn of events. Jamie Dimon now likes the orange coin. Mark Cuban believes that Trump is about to pump Bitcoin, and Silicon Valley is getting ready for it. Trump wants to protect Bitcoin from China. Germany puts out this press release about their Bitcoin sales. It's amazingly deceptive. Craig Wright, The World is Healing, has been ordered by law to post on his own website. He is not Satoshi. We'll show you the receipts for that. Mount Gox coins, they are on the move. And we have a message from Trump to set the stage, diving straight in this morning.
We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much.
I think that's a pretty good way to set the stage for today. So in a dramatic turn of events, Jamie Dimon has changed his tune. Before we get out to what's happening right now, remember this is Jepstein's banker on Bitcoin. So help me God.
Larry Fink changed his view of this, obviously.
Yeah.
And maybe he changed his view because you think he genuinely believes in Bitcoin? Or
Number one, I don't care. So just please stop talking about this shit. This is the last time I've ever talked about this in CNBC, okay? So help me God.
So we need to dive into it. It's incredible. Just then, Trump says he doesn't want to let another country take over Bitcoin and crypto industry. So this is according to Bloomberg. If I throw it aside, it's going to be picked up in another country. This is regarding China. But see how the narrative is being changed so quickly. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, he's changed his opinion on Bitcoin. He has been one of the fiercest and most influential opponents of Bitcoin so far. And then according to Forbes here, he's changed his tune. Trump reveals JP Morgan CEO's sudden Bitcoin and crypto flip amid huge price surge. Just like Larry Fink, Jamie Dimon has changed his tune. Reports yesterday that Trump is considering Dimon for Treasury Secretary. We knew it wouldn't be the last time. Jamie Dimon now likes orange coin. When you align interest, anything is possible. This is David Bailey. And David Bailey has been on point lately. Now, and this is Bloomberg.com, in a wide-ranging interview on business and the global economy. He says that if he wins, he'll allow Jerome Powell to serve out his term as chair of the Federal Reserve, which runs through until May 2026. Trump wants to bring the corporate tax rate to as low as 15%, and he no longer plans to ban TikTok. As a side note, cool. He'd considered Jamie Dimon, chairman and chief executive officer of JP Morgan Chase & Co., to serve as Secretary of the Department of Treasury. We've got a couple more receipts of Jamie Dimon railing against Bitcoin. It is what it is, but you can't change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes you. Jamie Dimon coming to the space endorsing Bitcoin, good thing, bad thing? Maybe not really, but Jamie Dimon has been getting high net worth individuals into Bitcoin for many, many years behind the scenes, and publicly has been gaslighting, misleading the mainstream media. Cointelegraph.com. In a hearing December 6, 2023, Dimon told Congress that the only use case for cryptocurrency is criminals, drug traffickers, money laundering, tax avoidance. He added, if I were the government, I'd close it down. This despite the fact that JP Morgan has its own blockchain token, JPM coin. It's a threat. So this is a little bit of a longer video, but this is the thoughts. It has changed pretty quickly. For everyone watching live, watching the replay, if you can smash the like button, hit subscribe if we vibe. The world's changing very quickly, and I'm going to dive into my thoughts a little bit later in regards to Trump, Fink, Dimon here, but let's hear it from the man himself.
what we were talking about, we pretty much always have some crypto conversation with you. I'm just curious, because I don't think we've talked to you since...
I think all that's been a waste of time, and why you guys waste any breath on it is totally beyond me.
Because you just think the whole thing just is
going to zero?
Going to zero and it's fake?
Bitcoin itself is a hyped up fraud. It's a pet rock.
You're back to that?
Yeah,
Really?
Of course, yeah.
So what do you make then of BlackRock and other firms that are investing in infrastructure?
No, that's different. Blockchain is a technology ledger system that we use to move information. We've used it to do overnight repo, intraday repo. We've used it to, we've used it to move money.
Right.
So that is a ledger. That's a technology ledger type of thing that we think will be deployable. Remember, we've been talking about that for 12 years too, and very little's been done.
There's some tokens that I agree with you on, but Bitcoin's based on a distributed ledger.
Yeah,
it has all the characteristics of a store of value. It's immutable. It's scarce.
Totally untrue. It's
21 million.
Well, yeah, really. How do you know it's going to stop at 21 million?
Because
I've mentioned this to people
Satoshi,
too. Everyone says that. Well, maybe it's going to get to 21 million, and Satoshi's picture is going to come up and laugh at you all and say, no.
There isn't a picture.
And by then, Satoshi will have taken out billions of dollars.
What was your reaction to the failure of FTX and all of that? You've seen lots of failures over the years of different things that have happened on Wall Street and in the world of finance.
I'm not surprised at all.
It's caused him.
And
I called it a decentralized Ponzi scheme. The hype around this thing has been extraordinary.
The underlying asset.
But you have a lot of clients who are involved.
You guys you've all seen the analysis on Tether and the analysis on all these things and the lack of disclosures, and it's outrageous. The regulators should have stopped this a long time ago. People have lost billions of dollars. Some are.
Now, what he's doing is he's flipping the script and he's bringing altcoins into the conversation in regards to Bitcoin. He's muddling the two on purpose. The guy I can see there in the comments, Jamie Dimon, is a snake. Dimon floated as Secretary of the Treasury if Trump wins. I should say rumors of this. Very cool. Now, TFTC. Bloomberg, Trump says he'd consider Jamie Dimon, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of JP Morgan Chase, to serve as Secretary of the Department of the Treasury. This came out yesterday, and this was my contrary take, do I believe it? No, but let's not forget, Jamie has been advising high net worth individuals to buy Bitcoin for years. Of course, he has been misleading the mainstream, though. Let's have a thought experiment. Trump is pro-Bitcoin. JP Morgan Chase is the largest shareholder of the Federal Reserve. JP Morgan Chase, the bank. Jamie and Trump join forces. The Fed, they start to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is added as a Treasury Reserve asset for the US. This could be bullish. And saying that, likely, no, forget their games. Just opt out and stack sats. Obviously, yes, wrong grammar there on there. But we don't need him. It doesn't matter. And then Mark Cuban, part one. Here is a contrary opinion on the emergence of Silicon Valley support for former President Trump, which, like all my opinions on here, probably won't be popular. It's a Bitcoin play. Not because the former president is a far stronger proponent of crypto, that's nice. That doesn't really impact the price of crypto. It makes it easier to operate a crypto business because of the inevitable and required changes at the SEC. What will drive the price of Bitcoin is lower tax rates and tariffs, which, if history is any guide, and it's not always, will be inflationary. If people do get lower tax rates and more inflation, you have to buy Bitcoin. What other options do you have now? Combine that with global uncertainty as the geopolitical role of the USA and the impact on the US dollar as a reserve currency, and you can't align the stars any better for a Bitcoin price acceleration. Part two from Mark Cuban. I'll bring it up in full. How high could the price go? Way higher than you think. Remember, the market for Bitcoin is global and the supply has a final limit of 21 million Bitcoin with unlimited fractionalization. Satoshi, unlike what Jamie Dimon thinks, is not going to come out and change the max supply from 21 million to 210 million or anything. It's capped, hard capped 21 million. That's what makes Bitcoin so unique. Keep that in mind as you consider what happens if, because of geopolitical uncertainty and the decline of the dollar as the reserve currency, Bitcoin becomes a safe haven globally, which means that Bitcoin could be what countries and all of us look to buy as a means to protect our savings. Crazy, it's already happening in current countries facing hyperinflation with their currency. And if things really go further than we can imagine today, not saying they will, just that it has a possibility somewhere above zero, then Bitcoin becomes exactly what the Maxis envision. A global currency. Slowly, then suddenly, you can't stop this train. It's incredible where we are. And everyone's just bending the knee. Everyone's coming out pro support for Bitcoin. I knew Bitcoin would be, once Trump started talking about it, a huge talking point for the election. But it's really accelerating. Do we need them? Do we need Fink? Do we need Demon? Do we need President Trump to be able to endorse Orange Coin? No. It just accelerates the adoption curve. You do need to hold in self-custody to be able to protect yourself. But $13.2 billion Tanner Fitzgerald, CEO, to speak at the world's largest Bitcoin conference in Nashville. Everyone's coming for Bitcoin. They can't stop this train now. Then, on the other hand, I thought I'd bring this up. PSA, Caitlin Long. Fed blocks crypto native bank from issuing stablecoin Custodia Bank. SEC starts granting several large banks exceptions to punitive SARB 121 crypto accounting standard. Large bank now plans to issue stablecoin, expose how the US really works. Rules for thee, not for me, unfortunately. And then Wall Street, they've just come back. They've just started flooding, pumping the price. There are still, like the Mt. Gox coins, they are on the move. We're going to dive into that. Some people are saying 99% of people are going to sell, dump onto the market. Other people are saying, no, it's not going to happen. We'll see both sides of the argument there. But last week, $1 billion in inflows. Monday, $301 million. Yesterday, $426 million inflows. Bitcoin spot ETFs are back. Also, today, more than $1 billion of volume for iBit alone. Volume, not inflows, and more than $1.5 billion for the 9. People are coming in. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF sees over $250 million worth of inflows today. That's from the other day. After going sideways for so long, having really no inflows, no outflows, it's coming back. Heads up. Bitcoin and self-custody is your only exit card, and you should own some while you still can. Ideally, before the upcoming elections, aim to get to one Bitcoin or as close as possible. I recorded a podcast with Tony yesterday, another one, absolute fire, pure signal. The mission that this guy's on with the Bitcoin Way, talking about the Bitcoin Way. They are the show's flagship sponsor. The team's great. I bring them up every day. They can help you get your Bitcoin off the exchange. It has to be in self-custody. It has to be air-gapped. Run a node. And then the second thing, protect your digital environment. Third, get a passport if you need it, a second one for a tax-friendly jurisdiction. But step number one, protecting the money, also includes buying KYC, free Bitcoin. If you need any help, the first 30 minutes is free. Link at the top of the description there. And this video that's coming out, absolute fire, just like the last one. I thought this, talking about fire, this was a pretty bloody cool photo by President Nayib Bukele. I just thought it was visually appealing. What a guy, hey? Now, China. And this sort of ties into what Trump's going to say in another article, that they need to bring Bitcoin home. They need to secure it. China, the world's largest bank, ICBC, says Bitcoin solves gold's problem of divisibility and being inconvenient to carry. Rumor has it that Peter Schiff is crying that his precious rock is not going to be the store of value for the digital age. Now, block height, 852,665. Every 10 minutes, roughly, we get a new one. Exchange rate, 64,471. Look at the symmetry there, 1,551 sats per USD. It's a good day to be able to buy, stack, and chill. Remember, we're going to get $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 days to the up, to the downside. Sometimes it will be sideways. We just enjoy the red button, which we have today, the green button. Anything under $1 million is still a good deal. Short term, anything under 100K, in my opinion, is good. 64,629. A low on the last 24 hours, 63,952. A high, 66,000. Sort of stuck in the middle at the moment. Over the last 7 days, we have had a $9,000 move from 56,900 to 65,866. Bitcoin in general makes its big gains about 11, 12 days a year. It's not about trying to time the market, just spending time here, just buy, stack, chill, DCA, have a game plan. Don't get shaken out from the volatility, especially if we do see some volatility with the Mt. Gox coins coming on. We're going to dive into that in a sec, but the world is healing. Craig Wright has caused a lot of pain, a lot of financial hardship for a lot of people out there by lying. And when people called him out for it, Craig Wright wanted to trick people into believing he was Satoshi. Now, he has been forced on his own website, craigwright.net, to put up a legal notice, and I'm going to read it in full. I think after all the hardship this man's done, it is important to note. We've covered this before, but it is up there. Now, Legal notice, Dr. Craig Stephen Wright is not Satoshi Nakamoto. On the 20th of May 24, Dr. Craig Stephen Wright was found by the High Court of England and Wales to have been dishonest in his claims to have been the person behind the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin. Court found that Dr. Wright lied to the court extensively and repeatedly in his evidence, and that he attempted to create a false narrative by forging documents on a grand scale and presenting them in evidence. Overall, all his lies and forged documents were supportive of his biggest lie, his claim to be Satoshi Nakamoto. This is on Craig's website, and advancing his false claim to be Satoshi through multiple legal actions. Dr. Wright committed a most serious abuse of the process of courts the UK, Norway, and the USA. High Court formally declared as follows. First, that Dr. Wright is not the author of the Bitcoin white paper. Second, Dr. Wright is not the owner of the copyright in the Bitcoin white paper. Third, Dr. Wright is not the person who adopted or operated under the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto in the period between 2008 and 2011. Fourth, Dr. Wright is not the person who created the Bitcoin system. Fifth, Dr. Wright is not the author of the initial version of the Bitcoin software. The full judgment and its appendix detailing various forged documents created by Dr. Wright is accessible at the following URL. Go to craigwright.net and then follow that through. Dr. Wright has been ordered not to commence any legal proceedings based on his false claims, by claim or counterclaim, or procure any other person to do so. He has also been ordered not to threaten any such proceedings explicitly or implicitly, or procure any other person to do so. That's got to hurt his ego. It looks like he will go to jail as well for it. The lies, it's better just to be able to align with truth, and Bitcoin will always expose that truth out there. So, Craig, sorry, not sorry. You're a fraud, and you're definitely not Satoshi. Now, German government gaslighting its citizens. I'll read what Bitcoin News has to say. German government puts out a press release covering their market-friendly sale, 49,858. State's sale of an asset even before the conclusion of ongoing criminal proceedings is always legally required if there is a threat of a significant loss in value of about 10% or more. That's pretty interesting. What happens if the people through that criminal proceeding are found not guilty and they've sold all their assets? How does that work out? That's not the case here. It's a pirated website. But say they had obtained them legally, they went through, the German government had sold it, they're forced to sell it, and then Bitcoin's pumped $10,000 since then. Would they be required to buy it back? That'd be interesting. Or would they just give them cash for the amount it was sold at that time? I don't know. These conditions were always met with the volatile Bitcoins due to the enormous and extremely fast price fluctuations. From the beginning, less than 1% of the market volume of Bitcoins were regularly traded. Over 90% over the counter in a market-friendly manner. On the scale, there is no direct influence on the Bitcoin price. Yeah, years lost. 2.639 billion euros provisionally secured. Well done. You can print the money out of thin air, gaslighting at its finest. Good on you. David Bailey, one of the most popular trades for Bitcoin hedge funds this moving into Mt. Gox over the last decade was Mt. Gox creditor claims. Most Gox coins, that's a tongue twister, have already been resold to long-term holders. So I don't anticipate a significant percent of the coins hitting the secondary anytime soon. Maybe 15%. Other people are calling for 99%. Will 99% of Mt. Gox creditors sell their Bitcoin, or only the paper hands? Up to 99% of creditors could be looking to sell their Bitcoin from the defunct exchange, according to financial analyst Jacob King. This is partly because Bitcoin's value has increased by over 8,500% in 10 years since Mt. Gox collapsed. However, only the weakest Bitcoin holders will be looking to sell their tokens, which will only cause short-term Bitcoin selling pressure, according to popular on-chain analyst runner XBT. Maybe we get a huge fire sale, we get another big red day, we've got an opportunity to be able to buy a dip. Maybe it just trickles on. But with these creditor claims with Mt. Gox, they have had the opportunity to be able to sell it to hedge funds. So the people that wanted to get out early, they've had plenty of opportunity. I dare say 10, 15, 20% coming onto the market. It is what it is. Not to be unexpected, not a bad thing. Either way, even if 100% came onto the market, short-term correction. What's coming is so bullish. And Bitcoin, you'll always get exposed. Now, Senator Mendes, officially convicted for taking bribes in gold and cash in 2017, he claimed Bitcoin is an ideal choice for criminals. Pretty interesting. Okay, rail against Bitcoin makes me think about Jamie Dimon, his stance. We've been calling for ages, but he has been advising high net worth individuals to buy Bitcoin publicly. He's come out dead set against it. Tax evasion, money laundering, used for nefarious criminal activity. And he's made an abrupt shift after talking to Donald Trump, because maybe he's going to get a little bit more power. We'll see. Anything that comes out of Jamie Dimon's mouth, I wouldn't be paying any attention to. And Trump, his VP pick, JD Vance, could mean a new era for crypto. Don't really know personally much about JD Vance himself. He has been talking about Bitcoin crypto for a long time. He does own a substantial amount of Bitcoin that he has publicly stated. JD Vance is a Bitcoin holder. He is the tentative favorite to become America's next vice president. Could mean big things for the crypto industry. Just a couple of points here. Vance has a very pro-crypto record. Vance, a former VC and Bitcoin holder, one of the Senate's most outspoken advocates of Web3. He has loudly condemned the US regulation by enforcement regime, won the full-throated endorsement of industry lobbyists, and drafted some of the most crypto-friendly legislation on Capitol Hill. More fundamentally, Vance, along with other America First acolytes such as Vivek Ramaswamy and Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, is an icon of the young tech-savvy wing of Trump's party that's brought technology regulation to the forefront of national policy debate. Last 2 points. In tapping Vance as his VP nominee, Trump has shown that his recent courtship of Web3 is more than just talk. Assuming Trump wins the presidential election in November, and betting markets put that odds above 70% he will, the White House will soon adopt a robust and deeply informed pro-crypto orientation. It'll be interesting. Everyone is coming. The run on the bulls. BlackRock, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. Bitcoin, its time really has come. It's here. 64,399. One day we're going to wake up and be at 100K, 120, 250 plus. In what time frame? I don't know, nor do I care. The longer it stays down here, we've got an opportunity to be able to smash the buy button, to be able to accumulate it as hard and as fast as possible. Make the most of it. If Mt. Gox comes in and they crash the market, great opportunity. Just trickles and we hang around here for a little bit, so be it. August, September's when it's really going to start moving, but I think we could go. That's my opinion, and I think August will probably be a little bit volatile, but we may start getting that momentum out through the rest of the year. It's pretty exciting times. That's the news with the fast facts. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. If we vibe, leave a like. I'm going to dive into a little bit of a banter quickly. Hopefully you're all doing well this morning. Crazy, hey? What are your thoughts on Jamie Dimon coming out, changing his tune on Bitcoin? The guy's a snake, in my opinion. You know, he's the banker of one of the most vile people in the world. What the banks have done, JP Morgan in particular, have done is disgusting. For a lot of people, put a lot of people in financial hardship. And then just Jamie's stance against Bitcoin for so long. We've been trying to counteract it, but he's got such a huge platform. He just misleads people for so long. He's been talking about this since Bitcoin was so much cheaper, and it's still cheap. I understand that. So it's still a good opportunity for him to change, for people to be able to wake up to it. Would have been nicer if he was just genuine in his beliefs earlier at that stage, but that's Diamond for you. Now, shout out to Habib. Good to see you this morning. Hopefully the young one is doing well. Jake Thomas in the house. Johnny Midas, good morning. Jamie Dimon, okay. Bitcoin Buddha, good morning. Mike Diamond is such a snake, 100% agree. Mr. Android, thank you very much. Letha, Jamie Dimon, Bitcoin Buddha. Diamond floated Secretary of the Treasury if Trump wins. No lie. I should say rumors of this. We all know the US dollar is the Ponzi scheme. Every fiat currency around the world, US dollar is just inflating at the slowest rate because it's the world reserve. They're all going to zero, especially against Bitcoin, just in purchasing power in general. F the lodge. Epstein's banker is fiat trash. Matthew J, don't want him as Treasury Secretary. F666. Oh, high calling, I'll need to look into that. Code for something. High calling, pay attention, people. Schiff is still yapping about Bitcoin. I love Peter Schiff's takes. Let's see what he's come out with today. I think he's the only one that's been given permission to troll Bitcoin, because we get to troll him back, and his things are so nonsensical. This is the latest one from him. No idea what it says. Gold is up another $8 now. Wow, that's so exciting. Let's go. Let's get that $8. Trading a new record high, just shy of 2,480. Just as gold started to move higher, Bitcoin started to move lower. It really seems that Bitcoin has developed a strong negative correlation to gold. That means for Bitcoin to succeed, gold must fail. He is so off on that. Bitcoin has always lagged gold in those moves. Not always, but more often than not. Slowly than suddenly. And when Bitcoin pumps, he just goes dead quiet. Absolutely appreciate the piss take of Peter Schiff. It's, I don't know, I hate to be him. He's just so misaligned in so many ways. Anyway, I used to be lame, now all of a sudden I'm the Mac Daddy. Bitcoin Buddha, I have no context for that, but Bitcoin Buddha is the Mac Daddy, ladies and gentlemen. How'd the rest of the world all of a sudden buy into the notion of Bitcoin? This blows me away. We are the legends they will speak of in the future. Anyone here now is part of history. Bitcoin's been around for 15 years, but really since the start of the year is when it came legit. If you got in here before the start of the year, nearly almost instantly OG. But even being here now, and if you hold on for 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 years, being here right now at the very beginning, well done to you. Well done for reading the book, not eating the bug, not being subject to own nothing and be happy, holding the most pristine private property to ever exist. It's absolutely glorious. When I do this, when you see that photo of Trump, doesn't it fire you up? This is the revolution, and you're here for it. This is what gets me excited every single day. Well done to all of you for being here, putting in the proof work. It's hard, right? And the volatility, when your portfolio is going down hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, millions of dollars a day on these red days, then you get rewarded because you put in the proof of work. When it flips green, you get the opposite. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in a day, depending on how long you've been accumulating for, and you see that. You do what is hard now, your life will be easy. And everyone here is doing that. Craig Wright, eat ours. High calling. Yeah, he totally got schooled. What? Just a psychopath. Oh, I got some Genesis packs from Bitcoin trading cards. They're so exciting. And I got this one. I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it at least till the next halving, maybe for 10 years. I haven't opened these yet, but I love the stickers as well. Not sponsored, not paid. I paid for these. But the Genesis packs, I'm going to rip one in a sec. I've never ripped a Bitcoin trading card. A little bit of fun. And I think they're a tool designed to be able to orange people, but I haven't seen one yet. So we'll do that shortly. Let's smash through the comments. Are there any, what do you call it, like pack stackers or whatever? And their tagline is stack sats before pack. 100% important. Your mission right now is to get to 1 Bitcoin or 0.1 Bitcoin or 10 Bitcoin, whatever it is that you barely think you can get, stretch to it and then stretch further. There's such a glorious opportunity. From there, some of these things just for fun or as a tool to be able to share the bright orange future that is Bitcoin. That's the point of it. Not about having less sat, but about allowing other people in whatever way possible to be able to get Bitcoin. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Hello, mate. Good to see you. EKZT. Jamie Dimon supporting Trump is not a change of thought, or is it? I have no idea. He's, for years, he has been getting high net worth individuals into Bitcoin. So he's not against Bitcoin for the current elite, the people that already have huge amounts of fiat power and control. It's just for the everyday citizens that Bitcoin's really the most important for, that he's misled. To see maybe him shift totally to be in support. It'll be interesting. We'll see, but obviously they're going to want to control it. And that's why holding in self-custody is so important. Making sure your seed is on steel. That seed ore, a little bit more expensive, but that's my go-to choice there. Absolutely epic. And it comes with a pretty cool punch set, I think. Yeah, there you get a hammer and everything. Otherwise, it's cheap as chips off Amazon. But get it off paper. Then if you need help, talk to the Bitcoin Way for free. It's easy. Or talk to them about getting KYC free Bitcoin if you need any help there. But pump it. Smash the like. Appreciate y'all. Bitcoin is the... Bitcoin Buddha. Diamond is the worst idea ever. Yeah, he's a demon. That's for sure. I don't think he's a good person, and he is one of the most powerful bankers in the world. JP Morgan, the largest shareholder of the Federal Reserve. He's only changing his tune, and I want to hear it from his mouth. Somebody else said that as well. So help me God, I'll never talk about Bitcoin again. His words. I think we're going to see more. And we questioned it straight away when we showed you, when that video first came out, however many months ago. Slowly then suddenly, it feels like ages ago by the scheme of things. Everyone bends their knee to Bitcoin. Just like Elon Musk on X was saying to Trump, I think. Trump was trolling Elon saying, you know, I had Elon Musk bend the knee or whatever, and then Elon jumped in there and said, you never get off your knees. There's little bit of fun, little bit of banter. Matthew J, we're all Satoshi. If you hold your own keys, you are Satoshi. If you run a node, you are Satoshi. If you mine or just hodl, you are Satoshi. Everyone is Satoshi, except legally. Craig Wright. It's glorious. Jamie Dimon is Jepstein's banker, total fiat, treasuries, S coins. I'd rather have Darth Vader in charge of the treasury. Smash that like. It's free and easy to do. Appreciate y'all. Orange Pill Dispenser in the house. Hi, cool, and good to see you looking cool this morning. When you hold a block reward or 2x the block reward, you can retire. We are so early, just aim for getting to the next block reward above the one you have. Matthew J, that's really good. Sage advice, maybe something to be able to focus on. Super easy. Hi, cool, and good to see. Now, that's the comments. Let's rip one of these cards. I haven't had trading cards or anything like that since like Pokemon back in school. Got into it maybe a little bit, not as seriously as some. It was just a way to be able to connect. But anyway, let's do it. One thing I like, so they're the cards. We'll come back to them. Your Bitcoin journey starts here. Art, education, fun. With it, can we... I don't know how to do it. How do we flip them over? All right, so Bitcoin. Why Bitcoin? Oh, interesting. Let's, I just want to find one with a picture. Economics. Cool. Bear market, BTC. I just show you this one, read it, and we got a nice, there we go. So beautiful artwork on it. This is the Genesis packs. What's it say on the back? Economics, a simple rule dictates me bind. Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. Warren Buffett. Bear markets occur when prices in a market decline continuously, often accompanied by negative investor sentiment and decline in economic prospects. Herd behavior, fear, and a rush to protect downside losses are some of the psychological factors that can lead to prolonged periods of such depressed Bitcoin prices. In the Bitcoin markets, a bear market is often referred to as a Bitcoin winter. These times can be boring and scary, but history has shown this the best time to dollar cost average. There's a QR code on there as well. I'm going to scan and see where it takes us this morning. If we can, sorry, I need to go to photo, get it happening, come on. And let's see where it links. QR.codes, it's loading and we'll see. Takes us to bitcointradingcards.com. Cool. What else we got? Education. It's number one. I guess it's most pertinent to the channel. Last one we'll go through. Bitcoin Chad. The education category is meant to encourage and empower your self-development. Education, the process of learning and acquiring skills, knowledge, habits, values, and morals Education affects the way one thinks, feels, and acts. The process of personal growth is key to greater success, reaching your highest potential. Educate yourself and others to create a brighter future for all. How interesting. So I'll just show you the pictures quickly, and hope they're not all AI art. They're not. This is the Genesis pack, so I don't know if all the Genesis packs are AI art, but some of the other ones and the artwork, when I was talking to Aladdin when he came on the show, was amazing. It would have cost a packet to get that artwork done. That's a cool picture. It's currency, and it's the Titanic sinking with the Bitcoin life raft. It's pretty cool. Oh, this is hilarious. News. Well, that's pretty insane. That's really insane. I don't think that's AI art, this one. I think it's been drawn. That's pretty deep, hey? That shows the cabal, the evil elites. What else we got? Lightning payment, only FUD, only used by criminals. Oh, they've got tyranny. How interesting. There's so much going on in these cards. They've chucked so much in their currency, in their freedom. That one's a FUD card. I don't know if people play games or anything with them, if there's like points or whatever, if people have gamified it. Bitcoin. Holding the rocket ship. Anyway, something fun. It's not something that I'm so interested in as collecting trading cards. It's just, did I get 2 education cards? Maybe I'm just holding the same ones. But it's something fun to be able to do it. I'm going to keep one. You know, it's not going to fit in my wallet, but maybe I'll just fold it into the wallet. And next time I go out and have a random conversation, why not? It's a little bit of fun. Half if all nodes are down in last week. What's the issue with nodes? It's haven't been able to find too much information with the nodes out there, like a reason why. A lot of like even if we go into time chain calendar, about 50% of the reachable nodes did
argument that the other currencies are even more precarious, if
Demon
you will, than what
talking
Bitcoin really is.
in my ear.
Well,
Let's see reachable nodes if we can bring it back up. Public reachable nodes. It's here. So this is usually like around 19,000 if I come here. And we're down to 8,200. Don't know what's going on. Does anyone have any sites? Onion site is down. My node's still working. Let us know if your node's still working. We got 666 on the block clock this morning. Pretty fitting when we are talking about Jamie Dimon there and the narrative that is shifting. Block height 852,666. It is very weird with the nodes. I'll see what I can uncover today. I've recorded 7 podcasts in the last 2 days, taken up a lot of time. It is something that I'm fascinated in because it's extremely important to be able to run a node. When Barack Obama came out and said, holding Bitcoin, it's like having a Swiss bank account in your pocket, he's 100% correct. When you run one of those guys, if you're not running a node, then it's not like having a Swiss bank account. You're not your own bank. Super easy to do. You can do it yourself. BTC sessions, he's got tutorials. Tony from the Bitcoin Way, help me. Whatever way you do it today. And if the number is true, there's only 8,206 Bitcoin nodes reachable. Please support the network. The nodes are what secure it. That's what keeps it decentralized. If you've been here for a while, you've been stacking sat, got a fair amount of sats, you want to run it through your own node, number one. But then we're not, like every day I say, do something nice for yourself, run a node, do something nice for somebody else, run a node. It's just a simple thing, doesn't cost much that you can do, but you also should do for yourself, for your family, for your future's future, to be able to don't trust, verify. And it's fun little tech play. You can get them like pre-ordered through different people, jump on X people, pre-build nodes, or you can get all this stuff. And we've turned green. Nice green buy button. or I wanted to build it myself and have a bit of fun. It's not very complicated, doesn't take very long. It's just a cool little tech project. Mini PC is about $200. At Start OS is free. I have 2 mini PCs running Start 9 OS. Legends. I built one on my Ubuntu machine. Which ones? Matthew J. I have 3 nodes in 2 states. 1 is down. How interesting. Check my node. Block height 826,000 looks good. Mine was still good yesterday, so I'll have a look. But we are seeing Matthew J has got one is down. It'll be interesting. If anyone finds out the reason behind it, maybe the onion site is down, tag us on X and then we can cover that tomorrow. But it's been a pleasure. As always, if you haven't already, hit subscribe if we vibe. Got some incredible podcasts coming out with some authors. Seb Bunny, we recorded yesterday. Great guy. The Hidden Cost of Money. We'll be doing a giveaway of his book as well. Joseph Vobel, he's got the Pay Attention to Bitcoin. That book's coming out shortly. Julian Farrar from Apollo Sats came on. Daniel, Bitcoin Gandalf, who put out that amazing Bitcoin meme, the German one. You need to check it out if you haven't already seen it. It's got well over 1 million impressions. Funniest thing I've seen all year. So that was a good conversation. Tony from the Bitcoin Way, and I believe I am missing one person. My apologies, but some fire podcasts coming out as well. Israel Legend, you should just check yours. Pizza Zombie, you follow retirement in Bitcoin Standard. Ladies and gentlemen, do something nice for yourself, run a node. Do something nice for somebody else. For everyone, run a node. Just go out there, stack some sats, some sun. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed.